Hello and welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia Makina's route. Last time, Yuuji continued his training of the young and rather weak-boned Makina, and a special training was also added to the mixture. However, a certain housewife woman, namely Amane, was pretty much on to what they were going on about. Yuuji poorly managed to scrape by without telling what he had bought 80,000 yen of a present for Makina. Let's continue. Makina, a word. It seems Amane is starting to notice our secret games. From now on, let's play a little more stealthily.
Why do we gotta hide?
You're really clueless, aren't you? Listen up, Makina. Playing is inherently more fun when you're doing it behind Mommy's back.
Ooh, gotcha! That's not really an answer to the question, but for some reason I'm totally convinced, you know.
Alright then, we'll begin where we left off this morning. I will now present you with your rifle. Lowering the hefty duraluminium case to the ground, I begin rolling the dials on the combination lock. 1929. The lock clicks open as I slide the last digit into place. Couldn't forget this number even if I wanted to. I swing open the lid of the case, revealing a bed of foam with a number of cut-out spaces, keeping various components safely in place. The barrel, the action, the magazine, an olive drab stock, and last but not least, a telescopic sight that set me back a good bit more than the body of the rifle itself. Pulling these out of the case, I quickly snap the rifle together, leaving only the magazine unattached. Taking the weapon carefully in both hands, I stand before Makina and read out the number etched on the right side of the barrel. Your rifle, serial number 112035.
Serial number 112035 received!
I forcefully thrust the rifle toward Makina's chest, and she received it with similar vigor, repeating the serial number. This little ritual helps grind it into the thick heads of new recruits that their rifle is an irreplaceable partner, while simultaneously encouraging a healthy sense of tension. You remember the dry firing practice we did this morning?
The one where you gotta pull the trigger without making a pinball on the top of the elevation knob fall off?
Right, that one.
That gets you on hella tired real quick, you know.
I'm aware. Back in the old days, I had to do that until my arms were about ready to fall off. Got up to 2 separate pinballs eventually. It's another form of isometrics, you know. Need strong models or your barrels end up shaking. It's not much of a factor with an air rifle like this, but when you're shooting with a real gun and live ammunition, your body tends to unconsciously brace itself against the noise and recoil, and you end up pulling the trigger much harder than you intended, sometimes badly throwing off your aim. The exercise in question is aimed specifically at preventing that problem. Alright, this time we'll start with plinking. You're free to fire at the paper target I've set up 25 meters ahead of our positions. Start off by searing the rifle.
Searing?
In other words, fire test rounds and adjust your scope based on the impact. We did it this morning as well, remember? But once you detach the sight, there's always going to be a slight shift the next time you put it back on. Also, even changes in temperature and atmospheric humidity can shift the point of impact by a few centimeters. When you have the chance, searing should always be the first order of business.
Hooah!
Good. I will now provision your ammo. For now, you'll be using 6mm 2.2 biodegradable pellets, 9 rounds in total. Use the first 3 to adjust your scope. Use the next 3 to aim for the center, and the last 3 to confirm the shot. Also, you're going to be shooting with the bipod in a fully prone position.
What? Right back in the mud? I just took a bath and changed clothes, you know.
Not to worry, I brought a mat this time. I unrolled the foam mat I'd been carrying behind the rifle case on the ground, then add a self-inflating air mattress on top, flipping the open intake valve. See? A bit more comfortable than the ground, and your clothes won't get dirty.
Ooh, you came well prepared this time.
Not sure if this is much of a bonus, but I also brought along some camo netting I ordered online. With all this, we could pull off a full-scale ambush if we wanted to.
Camo netting? Ooh, this little ghillie suit, ain't it? Snipers are always wearing this sort of stuff in my video games. So cool, freaking awesome. Is this the real deal?
It's It's a replica made for outdoor sports, but this one's pretty damn well made. You can drape it over your head, wrap it around the rifle, or both. A truly helpful purchase. I couldn't help buying one for myself while I was at it.
Nice. This sort of thing kind of gets the blood pumping, you know.
Camouflage is extremely useful stuff. If you use local vegetation to obscure the outline of your body, even pros will have a hard time spotting you. The trick is to be careful when you're knotting the leaves together. Make sure none of them get flipped around and don't use so much that it seems unnatural.
Alright, I totally want to try it out. Let's do this thing right now.
Oh? You really do love this stuff, don't you? Surprisingly enough, Makina has displayed a fierce interest in rifles. Probably developed an interest through bits of trivia she picked up from those video games of hers. According to the testimony of Yuuji, her primary playmate, Maki-chan absolutely adores those bang shoot them up FPS games. She always shrieks die and cackles with joy as she plays. Distressed by this apparent manifestation of the virtual generation's much discussed tendency to trivialize the taking of human life, I pondered the situation at some length, ultimately deciding that rather than ducking the issue entirely, my duty was to teach the girl just how serious pulling a trigger really is. Having reached that conclusion, I went all out and ordered her a realistic air rifle. Just as with the bicycle, my broader goal is to raise her into a responsible person. One who treats any tool possessing the ability to cause harm with the wary respect it deserves.
Hey, Papa?
What's up?
I'm not It's freaking hot.
Tough it out. 80% of a sniper's job is enduring discomfort. Let's begin with one shot at that paper target. Stand by.
Ready to fire.
After exhaling 8/10 of the air in her lungs, Makina stops breathing altogether, holding her aim steady. I let 4 seconds tick by, then quietly issue the order she's waiting for. Fire. As soon as the words leave my mouth, there's a soft sound of an ideally mudded shot, and the round white pellet 6mm in diameter flashes past my spotter scope. Maybe a second or two after Makina pulled the trigger, the BB impacts on the edge of the paper target. Correction, up 1 click, left 2 clicks.
Up 1, left 2. Clear!
Second shot, prepare to fire.
Ready on your mark.
Fire.
The pellet, launched into a powerful backspin by the rifle's hop-up system, traces a lazy parabola through the air and strikes the target.
Another miss. The wind's stronger than I thought. Let's try changing ammunition. The 25 pellets will probably do better. Remove your magazine, pull back the bolt, and stick your finger into the chamber to make sure it's empty.
My finger won't fit, you know.
Then visual confirmation is fine. Peer into the bore from the side of your port. If you see light, we're fine.
Chamber empty.
Alright then. We're switching to 0.25 gram biodegradable pellets. Install magazine.
Magazine installed.
Send the first round into the chamber.
First round in chamber.
This time we're going to change our target based on the direction of the wind. Look to the right and up slightly, on that bench.
What's that? A paper cup?
Your target is a cup filled with clear blue water. If you make the shot, it'll start squirting out all over the place. Good stuff, right?
Yes! I'm gonna pop a hole in that sucker for sure.
Prepare to fire.
Ready and waiting.
Fire. The BB hops out of the barrel like a stung cat, slapping cleanly into the paper cup 25 meters away. Hit. Well done. Fire 3 more as you are to confirm the shot.
Roger that. 3 consecutive... Wait, what the...
What's wrong?
Instructor, there's someone on the range.
Say what? I quickly swing my spotter scope to the right. Sure enough, Sakaki Yumiko is standing a few meters away from the bench with the paperback clutched tightly to her chest, staring at the paper cup with a terrified expression. Sakaki, huh? Damn.
She's got a book in her hand, you know. She was probably walking over to indulge in some afternoon reading on the bench. Must have got freaked out when the cup started spitting out water all of a sudden.
Makina, we're suspending practice for the moment. Safety on.
Roger that. Safety on.
After confirming that Makina is engaged in safety property, I double check to make sure the bolt handle and trigger are firmly locked. Then pick up the transistor megaphone lying at my side, bring it to my mouth and hold down the switch. Hey Sakaki, what the hell do you think you're doing out there, woman?
Yumi-chan's looking all around all over the place. Girl's about ready to bust into tears.
Christ. Well, from Sakaki's perspective, she was just innocently trying to read a book in the shade when a nearby cup abruptly sprung a leak. And just as she was cringing in surprise at the mysterious phenomenon, a disembodied voice started bellowing angrily at her from the bushes. I suppose bursting into tears wouldn't be that unreasonable a reaction.
Hey, can I shoot her?
No. I'm going to talk to Sakaki for a minute, alright? You're on standby here. Absolutely no firing until I give the go-ahead. You got that?
Hoa!
Lifting myself off the air mattress, I fling off my camouflage net. I push out of the bushes and approach a stupefied interloper with a slow but powerful gait. Hey there, Sakaki. Tell me, what is your major malfunction? Did you miss the red flags? Please explain why you wandered onto the range in the middle of a shooting session, right now. I'm leaning toward you being an idiot. Buffeted by my best veteran drill sergeant roar, Sakaki flinches, stiffening into a defensive posture. Who are you calling? Are you blind, woman? I jab out an index finger toward the gateposts that mark the entrance to the courtyard, where two conspicuous red flags are gently flapping in the afternoon breeze. When the red flags are up, it means you keep out. And even outside the perimeter, sudden actions that might lead to an accident are forbidden. Just how clueless are you? How on earth am I supposed to know any of that? What are you even doing out here? Like I said, shooting practice. Do your ears not work either? Shooting practice? Before I can respond, Makina's voice rings out through my earphone.
Hey Papa, that book Yumi-chan's holding, the samurai's right arm, looks kinda interesting. Ask if I can borrow it after she's done, okay?
The samurai's right arm? I glance at the paperback in Sakaki's hands. It does in fact bear that title. Looking over my shoulder toward Makina's position, the distance between us seems to be a good 30 meters. She seriously read these tiny letters from over there? The scope's good, but it's not that good. Incidentally, Sakaki, Makina wants to know if you'll lend her that book when you're finished reading it. Irisu-san is here as well? Yep, she's in the bushes over there. Can you see her? Where is she? Can't make her out, huh? I guess that's hardly surprising. I know exactly where the girl is, but it's still a struggle to pick her out. Very solid bit of camouflage work, if I do say so myself. In the first place, did you get permission from the principal to appropriate our courtyard for this shooting practice of yours? Of course I went to her first. I'm planning to apply for the establishment of an official club eventually. A shooting club? An air rifle club. Oh, is that right? You seem a little nonplussed, my friend. In that case, let me provide you with a first-hand demonstration. Let's drop back a bit. I want 20 meters minimum between you and that target. I'm not particularly interested, you know. Won't take long. Come on. After confirming that Sakaki's withdrawn behind me, I thumbed the two-way radio PTT switch on my waist. Makina, release the safety. You have permission to fire.
At Yumi-chan?
No. I'll designate your target. Aim for the first cup on the left, alright? I'll issue your timing from there.
Hoa!
Okay, Sakaki, watch that cup 20 meters ahead of us. I pass Sakaki a pair of binoculars and point out the cup in question. Once again, hold down the PTT button for my wireless. Ready, and fire! Maybe 2 seconds after my order, a low-pitched report rings out nearby. A second later, the pellet strikes home, dead center on the leftmost cup. Ah, she hit it. Hit! Well done, Makina. That was Irisu-san just now? That's right. Pretty decent skills, don't you think? Wait, where's she even shooting from? What? We're practically on top of her and you still haven't noticed? Huh? Is she nearby? Alright, Makina, that's enough for now. Remove the magazine, confirm the chamber is empty, engage the safety and take off your camouflage.
Affirmative!
A few seconds after the end of the transmission, as Sakaki looks around the area nervously, a clump of bushes are 2 or 3 meters behind us rustle noisily. Makina slowly gets to her feet, still cloaked in her ghillie suit.
E?
Calm yourself, Sakaki. Makina, lose the camera and get that paint off.
Hold on a sec, okay?
The girl throws off her camouflage net, then retrieves a wet wipe from the pouch around her waist and begins to vigorously scrub her face.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
Irisu-san, what on earth are you?
Like the man said, shooting practice. How you like that? Shocked much?
Well, anyone would be a little startled by a lump of grass suddenly started moving, standing up behind them.
That's not what I was talking about, you know. I wanted you to be as surprised at my sharpshooting skills.
Yes, that was certainly surprising as well, but... I see, so this is what you used my computer to buy the other day, then? Well, yeah. Toys these days are certainly impressive. I'm amazed you could hit such a small target at this distance. I won't deny that the gun performs well, but that was a 25-meter outdoor shot, you know? If you're going to praise anything, it should be Makina's skills.
Darn straight. Chizu said I'm the kind of girl who responds the best to positive enforcement, you know?
That's nice, but I'm afraid I don't quite grasp just how much of an accomplishment this really is. In that case, want to give it a shot yourself?
Yeah, now that's a pain. Once you give it a try, you'll totally understand just how freaking hard it is.
It's kind of you to invite me, but I'm going to have to pass on rolling around in the mud. If you'd like to compete at something, I'd prefer to sit down and play a game of chess over tea.
You really are an indoor type to the core, aren't you? That sort of remark is exactly why people call you the brutally born broad, you know.
Excuse me, Irisan, would you mind telling me exactly who refers to me in that way?
Well, I guess it's mostly just me.
Oh, is that so? Goodness, I don't think I've ever seen a criminal confess quite so enthusiastically before.
Yeah! Owie! Snoop! You're gonna rip my face off! Ugly!
Do you promise not to say that again?
Shut up, ugly! Yeah, I'm sorry! So sorry, I was totally wrong! My mistake, I won't say it again! Makina is a bad girl. I've seen the error of my ways. Super sorry. Forgive me.
Come now, Sakaki. The girl demonstrated remorse. Why not show a little pity? Unbelievable. Am I imagining things, or has Irisu's mouth gotten progressively filthier since the day you arrived at the school? What? Is this my fault? I mean, I guess you might have something of a point, but...
Oh, the pain. I swear this woman wouldn't know a proportional response if it bit her in the ass. Only kids have the freaking words.
Irisu-san?
Yes, sorry, I was wrong again. Makina was a very bad girl.
Well, alright. As for you, Kasami-kun, do try not to be a bad influence with the girl, please. I'm trying, you know. I do scold her every once in a while, but... Listen to what I'm saying to you. Before you worry about scolding her, focus on improving your own behavior. In other words, lead by example, not just instruction. Impressive insight, Sakaki. So you do understand. All the more reason for you to reflect on your failures, then.
What the heck, Yumi-chan? You're leaving already? Let's play together.
That's quite alright. Please feel free to carry on without me. Sakaki, you have a second before you go? Yes. Come on, no need for the full power scowl. I just wanted to ask if you could keep quiet to the others about this. I don't particularly mind, but would you at least tell me why? Until we get this officially sanctioned as a safe extracurricular sport, I don't want to deal with people's prejudice misconception. That's the only reason. Susan's already caught the scent, you know. I'm aware. I asked Amane to turn the blind eye for now. Okay, look. Have you really thought this over? If Susan knows, who else are you so determined to hide this from? The principal gave her approval, didn't she? That leaves only Matsushima-san and Kumina-san unaware of your activities. What's going to be so problematic about those two finding out?
Oh, come to think of it, you kinda got the point there.
Right. Even if we told Michiru, she'd probably fire back.
Okay, so what? Do whatever you want. I mean, it's not like I'm interested in the slightest, so can you not waste my time with telling me? Just die already, why don't you?
Or something along those lines, building up such a head of steam the whole Sundara train ends up flying off the rails in a burst of verbal violence. And as for Sachi, we'd probably get shooting? Somehow the word has a rather lewd resonance, does it not? Just what do you plan to be shooting into what? My goodness, my loins are all aflutter. Or something along those lines, leaving all within earshot, reflexively pressing palm to forehead and groaning in anguish. Okay, is there not a single halfway normal person in this damn place? You are including yourself in that remark, I presume.
Like, what, are you seriously realizing this just now?
Fair enough. This place really is a den of eccentrics, isn't it? No wonder I fit in. In the first place, isn't keeping your shooting secret the more dangerous choice? These red flags, what is it? Everyone needs to know they signify do not enter. Such procedures are hardly meaningful unless we are all aware of them, yes? What's this? A sensible argument?
When you talk like that, you almost seem like a reasonable person. Hell, am I serious? Ah, the cold shoulder, eh? Yeah, figures. Okay, shut up now.
In any case, even if you opt out to conceal the precise nature of your activities, explain the red flag rule thoroughly. That's all I have to say. I can't deny that it seems we're a little sloppy on our safety procedures. Guess there's nothing for it. Time to break out the ultimate weapon.
Ultimate weapon? Was it? A missile?
No, try again.
Okay, so something infinitely approaching missiledom.
Why are you so caught up on the missile thing? When it comes to ultimate weapons, nothing more ultimate than the mouth gun.
The heck is a mouth gun?
Treating an empty gun as though it were loaded with live ammo, lining up your shots as normal, then yelling bang bang instead of firing.
Ah, so it's like putting yourself into battlefield mode or whatever.
That's right. And when you're not actually firing rounds, anything becomes a legitimate target. Image training's pretty good stuff, you know. We could climb up onto the roof of the Eastern School building and aim at the principal's office.
Oh, sniping chizo, eh? That might be a little fun.
Hell, since we're not actually firing, we could even go for an even longer distance shot. Like, let's see, sniping the principal's office from that high spot on the beach, maybe? Nah, yes, that might be pushing it. When you get over 1200 meters, 7.62 isn't really going to cut it.
Well, for starters, how about we practice shooting that thing?
What thing?
Makina's stubby finger indicates a twin-tailed bottle blonde, apparently strolling back from the convenience store, obliviously sucking away at a half-unwrapped ice cream bar.
Not a bad idea. Alright, Makina, come on, then get in position to fire.
Hooah!
Distance to target 70 meters, wind from right to left, up 3, right 2. Target movement speed, estimated 4 kilometers per hour. Adjust your windage 2 millimeters further to the right.
I got a beat, Captain.
Don't aim for the head, smack it right into that meager little chest, got that?
Ready?
Fire!
Bang!
Having successfully eliminated the menace of a pseudo-Sundra invasion, we proceed to mess around blowing imaginary holes in various targets through precision mouth gun sniping. And that's where we'll end this episode, so we shall see what takes place in Amane's room in the next episode. But until then, take care.